talk with you about registration best practices. For companies with a global presence, managing an international domain portfolio has become an increasingly complex challenge. Although domain names are often managed in a manner similar to trademarks, the complexities associated with domain names are far more intricate. Based on our 15+ years of experience as the industry's first corporate-only domain registrar, we've developed a group of best practices. Up until a few years ago, companies would register all popular gTLDs and ccTLDs that are unrestricted or have minimal requirements and are likely targets of abuse, including common misspellings and typos. But with the current environment, that practice is no longer an option. How can you ensure proper coverage while still maintaining cost? Start with categorizing your brands as core, key, important, and limited. A core brand is typically defined as a trademark registered in more than 30 countries or has more than 5,000 instances of potential abuse in .com. With core brands, we recommend exact match registrations, popular variations, and common misspellings or other typo variations, looking across the top 50 TLDs and limited new gTLDs. Key brands are typically categorized as trademarks registered in 50 to 30 countries or more than 5,000 instances of abuse in .com. We recommend registering your key brands in exact match and popular typos, very limited variations, or misspellings. We do not recommend defensively registering all top TLDs, but you should look at least the top 25 TLDs and select new gTLDs. Important brands may be those that are specific to a particular region of the world, and limited brands often consist of slogans which are used to support specific campaigns for a limited period of time. For important or limited brands, focus should be placed upon exact match registrations across the top 5 to 10 TLDs, unless you typically have a low tolerance for risk. It is recommended that domain registrations align with trademark registrations, so that if a French trademark exists, the corresponding .fr domain also is registered. Using an automated tool can help to accomplish this quickly and accurately. When identifying where to register, ensure that domains provide adequate coverage to meet corporate objectives. It is also important to think about future marketing needs. If the objective is to maximize exposure on the web and generate e-commerce revenue worldwide, the following should be considered: geographic locations where you have offices or do business, TLDs that support worldwide sales and marketing efforts, all legacy generic top-level domains, select new gTLDs, and the top 10, 25, or 50 e-commerce countries. If your company's culture is one that is extremely risk-averse, then registering defensively may make sense. Those extensions that are most at risk for cyber-squatting include popular legacy gTLDs, free or low-cost unrestricted country code top-level domain extensions, and unrestricted generic new gTLDs. While registering defensively can help to ensure your clients find you, it does not negate the need for actively monitoring for abuse. Standard Whois information should be used whenever possible to allow for uniformity throughout a domain portfolio. Only legitimate information should appear on the Whois records. The registrant contact should be the same as the business registration or trademark owner. The domain contact listed on the Whois for the registrant, admin, tech, and billing contacts should be generic whenever possible, such as domain admin or DNS administrator. When an actual person's name is needed on the Whois information, that person should be the admin contact whenever possible. The email address for all contacts should also be generic, such as domains@companyname.com, and should be able to send and receive email. The same applies to phone and fax numbers. It's best to use the company's main contact numbers. When local presence information is needed to secure a domain, the same local presence information should be used whenever possible. If registering a domain name that requires an admin contact to actually live in the country that matches the domain extension, the person chosen should be a director of the company or an employee who has full signing authority for any changes needed to the domain. In addition to standardizing Whois contacts, standard name servers also should be employed. Using a standard set of name servers eliminates the need for maintaining multiple DNS hosting vendors, sites, and logins. Every domain should point to a live site or a parked page. Domains that are not pointing to live content may be redirected by ISPs or browsers to other content. Be aware that mass domains should forward to an under construction or otherwise generic web page. Misspellings and defensive registrations should be pointed to appropriate content so that visitors may find the content for which they are looking, and ccTLD should point to localized native content. Whether you're using a registrar's DNS, your own, or a trusted third-party provider, tracking DNS queries and web forwarding statistics provides valuable traffic data, enabling you to understand the value of defensive holdings. If a domain will be used for transactional purposes, advanced locking mechanisms, such as registry locking, should be implemented. This advanced locking helps protect against unintentional domain modifications, unauthorized domain transfers, and malicious attacks. Highly valued domains should also be registered for the maximum allowable term and be set to automatically renew each year. To learn more about this topic, visit us at www.markmonitor.com.